TV guys, we are here for the new Ford Mustang launch, 2016 Mustang in right-hand drive form. This is a nice little wall that shows the entire history of his iconic car. And what I have behind me is the 2016 Ford Mustang. Yes, it looks incredible in this bright shade of red. Fantastic details all around, including the iconic 3-bar lights, indicator lights up front, and the pretty pony that hides more than 500 horses under the hood. You see from the side itself, the lines are very muscular. It's sculpted right down to the shoulders at the back with haunches that rise up. And again at the back, we have these beautifully finished and detailed tail lights, the 3-bar design again, with a huge GT logo right in the middle. This looks like a very practical sports car, and for a killer price of 80 lakhs on road, it may well give a hard time to the Europeans. Yes, Ford has finally brought its halo and flagship car to India, and guess what? This time the steering wheel is on the right side of the car. That's right, we are in the right-hand drive version of the car, and we're going to talk about the tech. Now, Ford calls this the cockpit inspired design, and I can see why, because everything has kind of like a circular theme. It reminds you of old aircraft, including these round AC vents here and these huge analog dials right in the driver's line of sight. We have the rev counter on the left and the speedometer on the right. But if you look closely, you have something called ground speed etched onto the speedometer. Now, that's a little bit of smile right there. It brings a joy to your face every time you sit behind the wheel, and it makes you feel a bit like Major Tom. Focus in the center, and you have a nice little screen that gives you a lot of additional info, including track apps. Now, this is a phone app, and it relays information back from the car to your phone with all sorts of interesting and fun to read out information like G-force, brake pressure, brake performance, acceleration times, lap times. Well, basically you get the drift. You feel like a racer even when you're not. Back in the dashboard, you have a 7-inch touchscreen. Now, this is obviously running on the Ford Sync system, so everything is voice activated. It's a hit or a miss, as you tried in the Ford Endeavour a couple of months back. But the graphics are legible, it's crisp, it's a nice screen. It has sound by Shaker. So if you're into EDM, if you're into hip hop, which you should be if you're buying a Mustang, the sound is really going to kick some butt. And again, we have some more aircraft inspired details like the toggle switches right here. Now, they only toggle one direction, which is up, but they're built well out of metal. But this is the button we all really want to press, right? The engine start stop, which actually brings the V8 to life, and that produces about 500 horsepower and more than 500 Newton meters of torque. It's a pretty bruisey engine for all-day cruising, and that helps you a lot because of the 6-speed dual clutch automatic transmission that is relaxed when you want it to be. There are different drive modes, including Sport Plus and Race. The seats are big and comfy, plush, because again, this is meant to be a long-distance cruiser. What I don't like here is the quality of plastics, because this is still a poor man's sports car, so to speak. So you have a lot of hard plastics right here that don't sound very nice. They don't sound very expensive, and I think Ford should have done better to alleviate that. But again, this price is going to be so sweet for a lot of people, because this is going to be about 85 lakhs on road, and for this kind of power, I think this is a steal, because you really can't get any car that is remotely close to this kind of power rating at this price. Let's see what Ford does with this. It has a lot of heritage, a lot of cult following, and a lot really riding on its shoulders. So let's hope that Ford makes the most of it, and we see a lot more Mustangs on the road.